Brian, thank you again for your time on the phone yesterday in discussing the Tippmann Clicker 1500 die cutting press. Real quick, I'm going to show you how this press works. Whether we're talking about the 1500 or the 700, it's the same thing. But I'm going to show you how this works using the 1500. This is a two-part die which we discussed. Now the way this works, there are posts in each corners with springs so that the die goes against the cutting board and then automatically bounces back up. The posts are what hold it in registration so that the blade hit in the exact same spot every time. Now this particular one is designed to cut die blade down, but you could also build it where the die was on the bottom facing die blade up. Now this die was designed to cut a plain piece of paper, so we did not incorporate any registration pins into it, but obviously if you had printing on your material, you would want to put retractable pins into the die or into the cutting board, depending if you are using die blade up or die blade down. The retractable pins simply would be used to keep the material held in place when you're cutting. So the way this works, you'd simply put this two-piece die into the machine, and then when you cycle it, you can see how everything comes up, and then the springs retract back. So now this die that I'm going to demonstrate is a little box die. It has a series of scores in it as well as a perimeter cut, and then you can also see the little slot punches that are in the die. Now this die, again, as we talked about yesterday, a two-piece die like this would only be useful, especially if creasing, to do one sheet at a time. The creasing would only allow you to do one layer at a time. So we'll put the material in, cut it out. And as you can see, we get a nice clean cut. You can see the score lines on there, as well as the little slot punches and again the perimeter cut. So I'll demonstrate it a couple more times. So just one more time, I just have one piece of paper left. So put the paper into the die, cycle the press, and now the dwell time, it may not be as long as what I'm holding it for. I'm just holding it just to make sure that we get the entire cut. I don't think you'd actually have to hold the buttons quite that long. So again, you can see how that worked. I'm going to go ahead, I'll send the video link over to you, and then I will give you a call to discuss. Thanks, Brian.